Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I first thought about the concept of hibernation when I was 16 years old, if you can believe it. I was changing some eating habits. I used to drink a lot of soda, and quitting the soda wasn't so hard. What was hard was that there was still a lot of social expectations on how people eat, and having to explain these changes was very difficult for me at the time. Also, difficult was the fact that it was taking forever for me to lose weight initially. I eventually lost 50 pounds, but before I lost the 50 pounds, I lost my patience with it. And I thought about the concept of sleeping through the weight loss, right? I mean, certainly when I would be asleep, I wouldn't be eating or drinking anything. And I came up with this idea: what if I could just sleep 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row? Especially, I was going to college at the time, especially sleep through the breaks, right? Obviously, 4 years ago, when we all have to stay away from various things, I also came up with the idea: what if I could hibernate through the whole thing? I quickly dismissed the idea that time, though, and the reason is that I wrote the number one AI for the game of backgammon, and I went exploring various things by myself, and I had not too bad of a time actually. But this winter season, I really, really wish I could hibernate through it. I believe it or not, I was so upset earlier this week, and I hope I don't get put on a watch list for this. Earlier this week, I even Googled the idea: what can I do to put myself in a coma for like a week or two?
Attention please. The
And
library is closing in 5 minutes. Please begin gathering your
how to put
belongings
yourself
and making
into
your
a
way to the
coma.
exits.
And
All library materials must be checked out.
Google gave
Computers
me
will
like a
automatically
warning
shut down at this time.
like that. There was help, like there was a better way to do this, something like that. But here's the thing: the reason I want to go to a coma is not because necessarily that I'm depressed. I just want to fast forward through a chapter in my life, right? A break or a spring break. There has to be a way to. It's not because I'm suicidal. No, I just want to hit the fast forward button. There has to be a societal solution to that in some way, right? I can't believe that people are completely put off by the idea of putting yourself into a coma just because it's a self harm issue, right? I really can't. There has to be a way to do it. But I guess the alternative is I could look for other work, right? We need to live in a society where it's easier to do that, obviously, right? Whether you just want to look for a temporary job or for your forever job, right? Either one, it needs to be easier to do. That's for sure. But here's one thing that some of my viewers could help me with. If you own like a home and you want me to wallpaper the home with the Mondrian squares, I would love to do that. That would keep me busy. And it would, I'll do it for free. I'm just doing it for exposure purposes. You don't even have to live in Phoenix because I'll be doing this over the break. If you live in the United States and you got a home or a room that you want me to wallpaper, feel free to leave a comment. And we'll arrange something.
I'm sorry, it's time for us to go.
No, we got 4 more minutes. Yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need another play.
Yeah, I know. But feel free to leave a comment if you have a wall that you want me to paper, and I'll do it for free. I just want to do this for exposure, and we could decorate your home, and that will give me something to fast forward through the holiday. Most importantly, right? Because otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to live through the rest of this holiday season. All right. Or if you have something to cause me to fall asleep for the whole thing, right? Anything at all, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. One thing I'm really proud of. See, at the library, this guy wants to kick me out like 4 minutes before they close, and now these days I'm really tough about speaking up for myself and not folding because at my workplace, I've learned that you have to stick up for yourself to get all the good stuff, right? I was at, not that it bothered me, but I was at a Halloween party and at the campus, and this kid who ought to know better decides to take all the candy from the Halloween party. Not that I care, I don't like any of that stuff. Are you gonna have it all? But it gave me a feeling that this guy really knows how to tend to himself, and I discovered that he has some pretty good grades and some pretty good rapport with both his classmates and with his teacher, and it just gave me a feeling that I often didn't. I was too nice sometimes, right? Uh, he took all the Halloween candy at the party, and so somebody else was waiting and got really discouraged. The guy who was waiting didn't speak up, and then I realized that he doesn't do so well with his teacher, right? I know them very well to know. And after the second guy got discouraged, I gave him some of my dark baking chocolate, and he hid that he was disappointed at the taste. He pretended to go along with it, even though his facial expression said otherwise. And it gave me a bad feeling that this guy just folds anytime that he really should be speaking up, right? And long story short, I notice he doesn't have very good rapport. So now I don't feel so badly at my job when I need to ask for a day off or I need to ask for various issues. The other day, I even complained about the temperature of the office, and so I actually feel that these things make us a little bit more human, right? The fact that the guy wanted to grab all the Halloween candy, yeah, it probably didn't look very good at the moment, but for that event, maybe I wouldn't have done that because I would have saved it for something where it actually matters, right? But it just goes to human if you actually desire something, right? And not just bend over every time these things come up. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.